Sempliċi ħafna. Sempliċi ħafna iżda idum snin u snin. Sfortunatament aħna wasalna f'dak istat. Aħna għandna bżonn sitwazzjoni fejn l-istat tibda tixtri lura proprjetà għandna bl-Ingliż għax li importanti. The state starts to buy back properties slowly. Yes, using taxpayers' money with the purpose of renting them out. The idea being that with the rent, one is getting income on the rent, which is coming into the state, and one can buy further properties. But we rent them not at the grossly overpriced rates that we find in this country. Let's face it, do we really need to work 20 years to get a flat? An individual, do we really have to chain ourselves, irridu nsiru skjavi ekonomiċi għal 20 sena sħaħ biex ikollna biċċa flat? Għax hekk sirna dil-pajjiż u sfortunatament aħna wasalna f'punt fejn sfortunatament m'hemmx mod faċli li nistgħu ninsolvu l-problema. Iva jeżisti ħafna proprjetajiet li huma vojti bħalissa, imma hemm ħafna waste. Hemm ħafna waste. Allura jien ngħid nibdew nixtruhom lura, nibdew nirrentjawhom iżda mhux bil-prezz tal-market, il-prezz li huwa iktar ġust, iktar tirrifletti dak li suppost tkun. L-idea hija l-ewwel nies biex nagħmlu reality check għal spekulaturi. Reality check għal spekulaturi. Għal biċċa siment biex tpoġġi biex għal blokok ta' siment mhux 20, 30, 50,000 ta' I mean, and that's understating it, ta' ġifieri, issa hundreds of thousands, għax kien hemm xi darba kienu 20, 50,000. Għandna sitwazzjoni fejn għandna runaway inflation minħabba fiha ħaġa u ħanaslu fl-istat sooner or later. Meta jkollna problema similari għal property crunch tal-United States. L-unika ħaġa raġuni għalfejn ma saritx għax qegħdin nibdew inbuhom. We're starting to sell these properties to foreigners. We're delaying the inevitable. Eventually there will be a crash. Today, tomorrow, next year, 50 years time, ħajjisir l-istess ħaġa bħalma ġara l-pensjonijiet. Fejn għandna sitwazzjoni li qegħdin 45 sena lura mill-inqas meta nitkellmu dwar il-social security. I mean, let's face it, we pay social security. Why should 4 workers support one pensioner? Supposedly the pensioner paid his social security. Where did that money go? So where did the money go? I won't say anything there. But anyway, that's beside the point. As far as property is concerned, again I'll say it, not because I'm trying to be difficult, but because it has to be done. The state starts to buy properties back, using the money that's gotten by rent, which, by the way, the people will actually benefit from in the form of lower rents, more fair rents. We purchase other properties, but in the long run, we will have a downwards effect on the prices, where it is more reflective of how much it costs to build a building, not how much the world demand is. Fej tista' tbieħu 10 darbiet mill-inqas iktar milli poġġejt flus fih biex tibni l-ħaġa, x'jiġifieri? Aħna we complain about 2 cents for the rise of bread or 2 cents for the rise of milk. We don't complain about the rise in prices of property, insiru skjavi literalment decades ta' ħajjitna nittrabtu mal-art isna l-peasants tal-medievu. Iva, there is a comparison, imma minflok nintrabtu għal xile, nintrabtu mal-banek. Mal-banek isir il-ħaġa. Imma that is the start. The idea being that once you have control of the properties, because again, once you're renting a place, you have control of the property. We do not specify We do not force anybody to sell. There's plenty of places in Malta. We can go for any location we want. We purchase we purchase the building, we rent it out, and we see who else wants to sell at a fair price. Eventually, we will start to scale back on, we'll be in a position where we will be able to reconfigure, to redesign our islands, to redo what was done wrong to begin with. I mean, let's face it, do we really need a mess in this country? Do we really need to spread all over the place? Norman Nowell is right on that, definitely. I will give it to him. He is definitely right about the death of the country by concrete. That much I'll definitely give him. But that is how I would personally try to deal with it, the problem. It is a very difficult solution, but I hope people recognize it has to be done. But I will add one more thing. Even if you do not agree with me, because maybe you're happy in your own home, what about your son? What about your grandson? What about your grandson's grandson? What's going to happen eventually? Now, it's true you might think, oh, that's a long way away, but you're really putting your country in a mess when you think in terms of, oh, I'm happy, screw everybody else. It is not right. I think not in terms of what is popular, but I hope people recognize it has to be done sooner or later. Better sooner than later. Better sooner than later, because we can do it in a progressive, slow manner, as a project, an ongoing project where we reclaim the islands back to the people. And at the same time, the people benefit.
X'inhu ħsieb tiegħek dwar possibilità ta' esplorazzjoni estensiva għaż-żejt?
Mod sempliċi ħafna jiena personalment kontra l-onis għandi dubi li għandna ammonti, kwantitajiet viabli ta' żejt fil-Mediterran. Għas sempliċi raġuni li Malta is placed on a not continental crust, not the crust of the continents, imma we're on a particular type of crust that forms from the seabed, from sea fossils. So I have a bit of skepticism in that regard. But presuming that there is any oil whatsoever, I would personally be against it for the simple reason that I personally believe that taking oil out from the ground and replacing it with a substitute which is not necessarily adequate, which usually is salt water, it destabilizes the geology of the Maltese Islands. Jekk irridu nħarsu pereżempju lejn l-Iran fej forsi xi ftit mis-semmija jiftakru kellhom terremot qawwi ħafna, dan huwa pajjiż fej ma kellhomx terremoti, definitely not to that scale in the previous period, imma they are an oil producing country. They are an oil producing country. Minix se ngħid 100% li bil-fors huwa li jpompjaw iż-żejt li kkawżat li dak il-terremot kien kiefer daqskemm kien, iżda I do not take chances with people's lives. And that is why I'm against exploration for oil in the Mediterranean.
Għarajt għal-blok staqsina. Fil-passat permess tal-Diplomat.org kont viċin ċertu membru partikolarment assoċjat mal-Malta Oil Movement. Għandek xi tip ta' affiljazzjoni mal-Malta Oil Movement, ma taħsibx li l-Malta Oil Movement huwa Don Quixote ieħor?
Well, if I do have, first of all, I must say that I'm not really familiar with the Malta Oil Movement. In fact, it's only through sandravello.org that I'm hearing about it, or rather this particular individual who asked the question. But if I do have a relationship, I cannot imagine it being a very positive one. I'm against the extraction of oil.